Hey guys, I am 2 years into being on staff at IHOP KC, which is just wild to think that it's already been 2 years and only been 2 years. Time is a crazy thing. Anyways, I have grown so much just in the Lord, but in His Word and like learning different things on my relationship with the Lord and just how to grow in a relationship. It's just been a really beautiful thing. And I've been thinking back and looking back to how I got here, how the Lord had used my time in Nicaragua and my time in Kansas City, and the way that He kind of fused them together. Where I was here in Kansas City, and I was about to go on my next mission trip to Nicaragua. And then on that trip to Nicaragua was when He told me that He wanted, He invited me to do an internship here in Kansas City. And then I was here finishing my internship, and I was praying about what I was going to do next. And the Lord made it very clear He wanted me to continue in the prayer room and also continue going on mission trips to Nicaragua. And it's just been really cool because me being here and just immersed in the Word, immersed in 24/7 prayer and worship, I have grown so much in the Word, in my identity in the Lord, in my confidence and faith, so that when I go on my mission trips to Nicaragua, I'm empowered, I'm ready to go. I have all of the tools and all of the things that He's been teaching me and been growing in me that I then can take on my mission trips to Nicaragua. And it's just been, such a beautiful thing. And I always, I always think about my future and what that looks like and different things. And I'm not planning on leaving the International House of Prayer. The Lord hasn't called me to do that, so I'm here, I'm doing it, and I'm loving it. But I always keep an open hand. I want to be a person that does what the Lord wants and goes where the Lord calls me. It reminds me of Job 121. It says, the Lord gives and the Lord takes away. Praise the name of the Lord. Praise the name of Yahweh. But basically that idea of the Lord gives and the Lord takes away, praise His name. And then, I just want to be a person that follows the Lord's lead. Whether that would be, okay, go work at this grocery store. Okay, go move to this country and do missions. Okay, go do this. Okay, go do that. Even in the simple little things in the day-to-day, but also, in my big life things, like this is your career, this is what you're doing with your life. And even in, like I said, even in the small things, I want to be one that just follows the Lord in the little stuff, in the big stuff. And I have really grown in that, and like hearing the Lord's voice, and even little things that I do throughout my day or my week, whatever, how I'm hearing from the Lord and then taking those steps, whether it's like, oh, go say this to this person or go do this, and seeing the fruit of that is really, really beautiful. Like, thank you, Lord, for using me in such beautiful ways. The Lord doesn't have to use us. The Lord obviously doesn't need us, but He wants to. And I personally like being used by the Lord. I like when He asks me to do things and help Him out. It's not help Him out. That's what am I trying to say? But just being obedient to Him and coming alongside of what He wants to do with people around or all these things, and be like, okay, I get to join in with that. It's such an honor. Merry Christmas. Oh my goodness, can't believe I forgot to say that. Merry Christmas. Today is Christmas Eve. Tomorrow is Christmas Day. It's just wild. So tomorrow is Wednesday, Christmas Day, and it's actually my double set day in the prayer room. So almost every team has 6 sets a week, And that means that one day a week they have 2 sets that day, and they're split up between, a couple hours or however that works. But I'm kind of glad. Obviously, like, I'm sad I don't get to spend my whole day with my family to a certain extent, but also it's kind of cool that my Christmas day I'm going to be in the prayer room most of the day, just praising the Lord and celebrating him. I'm really excited about that. Also, it's been really neat during this season, this Christmas season, that we have Worship with the Word sets, and we've specifically been singing about, meditating in the birth of Jesus Christ. That's the whole point of this Christmas season, is celebrating Jesus's incarnation, coming to earth as a child, human being, fully God, fully man, but first as a baby. We've been singing about what that means. We often think about, oh yeah, here's Jesus now as a baby, all the things, but we never think like, well, I hadn't before, maybe you have. He was a vulnerable baby. Babies, if you're holding them, you realize like how weak and vulnerable they are. Like, sometimes when I was younger, I was kind of scared to hold newborn babies. It's like, what if I drop them? What if I, put them down too hard or something? Like, they're so fragile. And like, Jesus was fragile. Like, his physical body was so fragile and vulnerable. And he put his trust, and God put his trust in Mary and Joseph to protect and provide for him. And like, the creator of all things put himself in a position to where he was fully reliant on human beings. And this was the first time ever that he had to, what was the word I used? Oh, there it is. Sorry, I'm looking at my printed newsletter that I'm going to send out as well. Couldn't think of the word I was trying to think. And he had never submitted to humans before, fully God. He was the one that would, tell Moses, go say this, go do this, tell Noah how to build the ark, all these things. But now Jesus, who's a baby, will grow to be a child and then to be a young man and all these things. But he then had to honor his father and mother. He would submit to their leadership. And that's such a humility that I hadn't thought of before. He is fully God, listening to human parents who are not perfect, and all of these things. And it's just been a very interesting season of just growing in meditation, or growing in revelation, and meditating on this like idea of what did it really mean for Jesus to be born and become part of that creation. And it's been a really, really neat season. So I posted, I think, one of the sets where we were meditating in that. So if you want to look, that's actually in the printed newsletter. There's a button that you can just click, that I'll be emailing to everyone on my list. But yeah, it's just been a wild season. It's been really, really sweet. And yeah, I'm really excited. Really excited for this new year. I am going on another trip to Nicaragua in January. This trip is a 2-week trip, and I will not just be going to Managua. I will also be going to Matagalpa, and I'm really excited to visit a new place as well and meet new people, meet new leaders, pastors in that area, and support them. And I'm really excited. This trip, we don't have a specific schedule planned, but I'm really excited to just go and sit with the leadership there and encourage them and speak to them and just say, okay, like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. You're doing it. Here's how the Lord told me to encourage you, this and that. I'm really excited to just continue building relationships there and go just spread the love of the Lord. So I'm really excited. I can use prayers, all the things. But I just pray that you have a very Merry Christmas with your family and friends. Bye.